This is the Westinghouse 9500 peak watt home backup portable generator, model WGen7500c, and the first thing that hit me was how serious it feels. The frame is thick steel, the tank is metal, and those never-flat wheels are more dolly-duty than dainty yard cart. I can tilt it up by the foam grip and roll it around on concrete easily enough, but the weight is real. On wet grass, it sinks a bit and takes some muscle. Not a deal breaker, just something I noticed as I moved it into position next to my transfer switch inlet. Key features that sold me: remote electric start with auto choke, a CO sensor that will shut things down if fumes build up, a 6.6-gallon tank with a fuel gauge, GFCI 120V duplex outlets, and the 120-240-volt L14-30R that's transfer switch ready. It's rated at 7,500 running watts and 9,500 peak, powered by a 420cc OHV engine with a cast iron sleeve. That sleeve matters for longevity because it resists wear and heat better than a basic aluminum bore. From my experience, the startup routine is painless. I hit the key fob, the choke sets itself, and it usually fires within a few seconds. On cold mornings, it hunted a little before settling, but it stabilized quickly. It uses a 12-volt starting battery. Mine arrived installed and charged. One quirk you should know: the carb seal solenoid relies on that battery. If the battery is dead, the solenoid may stay closed and you might not get fuel even if you pull the recoil. I keep a small jump pack nearby just in case, and I put the battery on a maintainer between storm seasons. Noise-wise, Westinghouse lists 72 dBA. In my opinion, it's not whisper quiet. It's an open-frame generator with a big single-cylinder engine. So the sound is a steady drone with some low-frequency thump. On concrete, the vibration resonates more. Setting it on flat grass cut the harshness for me. It's still audible inside the house as a background hum, but manageable if you place it smartly and keep it well away from doors and windows. Obvious reminder: this is strictly outdoor use, far from enclosed spaces. The CO sensor is a great backstop, but I treat it as a last line of defense, not permission to park it too close. Power delivery is where this unit shines. I wired it to my home via an L1430 inlet and manual transfer switch. The surge capacity handled my well pump and fridge kicking on together, without drama. When I added the microwave, I could hear the governor open, and then the voltage settled. This is a conventional AVR-controlled generator, not an inverter. The published THD, total harmonic distortion, is up to about 23%. In plain English, the waveform isn't as clean as grid power. Motors, heaters, older appliances, no problem. Sensitive electronics with picky power supplies can be fussy. I ran my desktop and networking gear through a double conversion UPS just to be safe. A few older LED bulbs flickered a bit under load transitions, which matches what I expected from a non-inverter machine. If you're connecting to a house, one detail that doesn't get talked about enough is bonding. This unit is neutral bonded to the frame. If your transfer switch doesn't switch the neutral, you can end up with an extra bond in the system that may annoy GFCI breakers. My setup uses a proper transfer switch, and I verified the neutral configuration before I ever energized the panel. If you're new to this, it's worth having an electrician give your installation a quick look. Runtime has been excellent. With the 6.6-gallon tank, I'm reliably getting a full overnight stretch at typical household loads. Westinghouse cites up to 11 hours at 50% load. I'm in that ballpark. The fuel gauge is handy, though it's not perfectly linear. It hangs at full for a while, and then drops faster than I expect near the end. Refueling takes care. Lifting a full can that high can be awkward, so I use a siphon or a spill-proof spout. The VFT data center is straightforward: voltage, frequency, and hours. Good enough for keeping maintenance on schedule. Speaking of maintenance, the oil change is the one part I didn't love. The drain location makes a mess if you just pull the plug and hope. The first time, oil hit a frame crossmember and went everywhere. After that, I used a little DIY chute to guide the stream into a pan. If you're handy, adding a small drain hose would make this a lot cleaner. Valve checks are part of life with an OHV engine. The clearances are tiny, but if you're patient, it's manageable. I'll also say the included toolkit and funnel are actually useful, and the unit being functionally tested at the factory explains the light oil smell out of the box. On safety, I appreciate the GFCI duplex outlets and the low oil shutdown. The CO sensor worked when I tested it by aiming exhaust in a way that collected near a corner. It tripped and killed the engine. That gave me confidence it would respond if something went wrong with placement. I still treat placement as my responsibility and the sensor as a safeguard. Build quality feels solid where it counts. The engine starts easily, and the alternator recovers quickly from load changes. The frame is sturdy, paint is decent, and the rubberized outlet covers are a smart touch if you're storing it in a dusty garage. I did swap the starting battery for a better one after a season because I wanted more cranking reserve, and that upgrade made the remote start feel snappier. I also keep a magnetic dipstick in during break-in to catch fine metal. Cheap peace of mind. It's perfect for homeowners who want serious backup power without spending inverter money, especially if you have a transfer switch and a property where you can park it a safe distance away. I ran a well pump, fridge, freezer, lights, and the occasional microwave without juggling breakers. If your main goal is clean power for studio gear or a newer furnace control board that's sensitive, I'd plan on a UPS or consider an inverter generator for those specific circuits. For everything else, this is a brute that does what it says. From my experience, the biggest trade-offs are noise, weight, and dirty power compared to an inverter. The upsides are huge wattage, easy starting, strong runtime, and safety features that are actually useful. I do wish I had gone dual fuel for long outages because propane storage is simpler, but with a good rotation of stabilized gas, I've been fine. I'd recommend this for anyone who needs to keep essential circuits alive: well pumps, sump pumps, refrigerators, freezers, lighting, during storms and grid hiccups, and who doesn't mind basic maintenance. If you're in a small lot with close neighbors, or you're trying to power sensitive electronics directly, think through placement and power conditioning before you commit. In my opinion, Westinghouse hit the value sweet spot here. The 420cc engine with a cast iron sleeve, the remote start with auto choke, the transfer switch-ready L1430R, and the CO sensor make it feel purpose-built for real outages. It's not dainty, it's not silent, and it doesn't pretend to be an inverter. It's a sturdy, affordable workhorse that keeps a house functional. In conclusion, if you understand what a conventional generator does well and where it needs a little help, it's hard to beat this package for the price and performance. Keep the battery maintained, plan your placement, mind the oil changes, and it just delivers. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the Westinghouse 9500 peak watt home backup portable generator. Thank you for watching.